Greetings, guys. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. So ever since I was a little kid, I have been obsessed with snakes and other reptiles. I absolutely love them, especially snakes. And Houston, being a humid subtropical climate, is just chock full of snakes. So many cool types of snakes live around here and all throughout Texas. And so when I first moved here in 2016, I spent pretty much every minute of my free time traveling around the area, looking for all the different types of snakes around here, trying to catch them and photograph them and stuff. And so, this is just a lifelong hobby of mine. And now that I'm fishing, I encounter, snakes quite a bit. There's a few types that are really common in and around the waterways of Houston. So anyone who fishes around Houston, you're just bound to run into snakes. And so I wanted to try to find some of them and show you guys the different types around here. I help you identify them, teach you a little bit about them, and I just thought it would be fun. So one of the snakes that I'm going to be looking for today is called a rough green snake. And they're a beautiful emerald green, harmless snake that lives in vegetation near water. And they're really common but rarely seen. And they're active during the day and they just blend in so well. They'll be kind of draped in the vegetation here and they'll look just like one of these green vines. And so it's really easy to walk past them and never even see them. So I'm just gonna sort of walk this brush line here and just be looking very carefully in the vegetation and see if I can spot one of those. Oh my, look at that. That's what I've been looking for the whole time I've been here. You see that? That is a rough green snake. And I almost walked right past him. Look how well he blends in there. Probably thinks I'm invisible, and so he's not trying to make a run for it, but what a beautiful little snake. So these are really common in vegetation, especially near water. And they're active during the day. They're totally harmless. They don't bite. They eat insects. And this is just absolutely one of my favorite species. I don't know why, I got a thing for green reptiles. I've always just loved them. So I'm just gonna gently pick this guy up here, just to show you how gentle they are. I don't want to stress them out too bad, but see? Not even attempting to bite me. So this is a rough green snake. This one looks like he may have a couple of injuries on him. I'm not sure, but here, we'll just put him back. There's another one. Check that out. Now, Rob, this is a Houston vine snake. In situ. As found. I didn't place him here. This is just where I walked past and found this guy hanging out. So another rough green snake. Really pretty. So, snakes love to hide under cover. So whenever I see a sign down or a board or a log or something like that, I always like to lift it up and see if I can find something under there. On a cool sunny day, this would be a great spot to find some of the harmless water snakes that live around here. They love these concrete blocks and they love this shallow water. They'll hunt frogs and fish here. So if I come back here on a cool sunny day, I would think I could find some in and among these concrete blocks with no trouble. But because it's raining right now, I'm not so sure. May have spoiled it. All right, can you guys see that? That is a diamondback water snake. not to be confused with a diamondback rattlesnake. This is a very common aquatic, harmless water snake that lives all around the Houston area. I see these guys all the time when I'm fishing. They get way bigger than this. And even though they're technically harmless in that they're not venomous, they have a nasty bite. And they really stink too. I've been bitten by enough of these to last me a lifetime. So I'm really not interested in getting bitten over and over again by this snake. Even though he won't kill me. Still not pleasant. Hang on, I gotta put this camera down. Boy, he is a stinky guy. Alright, so yeah, you can see how mean these suckers are. Just not a very pleasant animal at all. You see how he's making his head all triangular like that to try to look like a water moccasin? But check out the pattern. Very different from a cottonmouth. So of the 3 harmless water snakes that live around here, I would say these look the least like a cottonmouth. The other is the yellow-bellied water snake and the broad-banded water snake. But people see these and they don't like them. They get killed quite a bit. So diamondback water snake. Let's let him go. Hey guys, back out looking for snakes again. So I'm walking a creek inside the Houston city limits. I'm looking for a very special snake called an eastern hognose snake. And I'm hoping to find some of the common water snakes, the harmless water snakes also. You can see there's a lot of concrete blocks and stuff on the side of this creek. So the weather conditions aren't perfect, but the habitat is. So I'm hoping to rustle up at least 1 or 2 snakes here today. All right guys, check this out. This is a very special little snake. This is a juvenile, a young eastern hognose snake. And he's doing his threat display here where he flattens his head out. So this is a harmless species. It's really common. Are we in the city limits here? Yeah. So we are technically in the Houston city limits, and we're just at a small park, and this guy's thriving here. So these will eat toads and apparently frogs. They have rear fangs and a mild venom, but they're totally harmless. I've handled tons of them, and I've never had one bite me before. And each one has a different color and pattern. So they're very variable. Just a really, really cool snake. One of my favorites. Eastern hognose snake. Okay guys, I just found another little eastern hognose snake. You can see this guy in the vegetation here. Now I was saying that these are all unique and they all look different, but this one looks almost identical to the other one I found. Let me just fish him out of here and show you. See, they put on this display where they puff their neck out and they act all dangerous. They'll mock bite, but they're totally harmless. And this is just one of my favorite species. They're so cool. Now, in one of my other videos, while I was fishing, one of these actually came floating down the bayou, and I fished him out with a piece of bamboo and let him go. So, this is an eastern hognose snake, the second one I found today. I don't know if you can hear that, but he's huffing. Hear that? He's trying to make himself look like a viper, but he's totally harmless. Alrighty, it's another day, and I'm out looking for snakes again. And today I'm at a park near my house, and there's a creek that runs through here, which is a very popular fishing spot. Mostly channel catfish, but there's drum and carp and probably bass in there too, all the common stuff. But instead of walking the creek today, what I'm going to do is actually tromp around through the forest near the creek, because it floods and there's usually a few inches of standing water there, and it just makes it easier. The water's usually clear and it's easier to see and catch the snakes there. So today I'm going to be looking for the common water snakes and also the venomous cottonmouth. So let's see what happens. Okay, finally, after so much searching, I rolled a log next to the water's edge here, and this is a broad-banded water snake. One of the most common, hang on, I need to put this camera down for a moment. Okay, sorry about that. He's a very bitey, stinky snake. He's just been biting and musking like crazy. Anyways, you can see his musk glands coming out there. He's gonna make me smell really bad. He's got me all wrapped up. But this is one of the snakes. This is one of the snakes that looks somewhat like a cottonmouth, but obviously isn't. I wouldn't be doing this with a cottonmouth. But they've got, you know, this pattern on them, and they flatten their head out to make it look triangular like a cottonmouth. But these are non-venomous. They get quite a bit bigger than this, but yeah, they're really a foul-tempered snake. They bite like crazy, they musk and stink you up really bad, and just not a very pleasant animal. But yeah, I think they're pretty. This one is not the most colorful. A lot of times they have a lot of red on them, but I think they're one of the prettier water snakes that we have around here. So this is a sub-adult and broad-banded water snake. I'll take it. So let's see here. Try to crawl up into this really thick stuff. There she is. You can see her. Boy, look at the size of that. They don't get much larger than that. That's an absolute beast of a water moccasin. And of course she's in this really thick stuff where I can hardly maneuver. Now, just about any other type of snake would have taken off full speed. These guys seem to know that they're dangerous, and they will often hold their ground. So I'm gonna try to just get her. So that is where the name Cottonmouth comes from. They will stand their ground and open their mouth, show their fangs. Really, really cool snakes. Now we are actually right next to a hiking and biking trail here, so people need to watch out. I'm gonna just snap a quick photo. Alright girl, I'm gonna be on my way now. You stay away from that trail over there and stay away from the people for your own sake.